Welcome to Smoker Talk Boxing.
Where we bring you that smoke.
And today we have the honor and distinctive pleasure of having with us today Bruce Carrington, Shu-Shu Carrington, which is the 2020 male Olympic champion
In the United States.
in the United States, and also the prestigious honor of having the Male Boxer of the Year award.
Wow, that's crazy.
So welcome to the show, Bruce.
Shu-Shu, let me see that belt. What's going on
Yeah,
here?
right here. This is actually the belt that they give us when we won the Olympic trials, and all the winners got this, but all the winners didn't get this award. This one,
Right, only
here.
one.
Yeah, only one. That was me. Got the Outstanding Boxer Award winner, and it was just like this one is like probably my most prestigious award yet so far
Because you are in the United States of America,
Yeah.
right? You are the number one outstanding amateur boxer.
Yeah, man, and it's like the reason why it's so big is because when we fight in the Olympic trials, it's like all the number ones are fighting out there, you know, and it's like all the number one guys, they're like really fighting and really fighting hard throughout the whole week, throughout the whole tournament. And my, hard work and performance has been like,
It outshined everybody.
It outshined everybody.
Outshined.
And it was just like,
Yes.
this is just, I was so
We're not being shy over here. We're outshining. All right, so let's talk about the Olympic process. First of all, just because he made it to number one in the United States, it doesn't mean that you're an automatic shoe-in.
Right.
Or shoe-in.
Yeah, I like what you did there. I like what you did there.
You understand? I slipped that one in there. A shoe-in for the Olympics. And do you know why, George?
Why is that?
Because of the Jamaican bobsled team.
Hey, dude,
That came out. That had to come up, right? That had to come up.
It is.
Not.
Because the Jamaican bobsled was number one in Jamaica, and they went straight into the Olympics.
Okay.
And then the Olympic Committee said, you know what? We can't let people like this just come in because they finished like not only last place, they were just like
I'm having a hard
tremendously
time believing what you're saying right now.
But anyway, now just because he's number one in the United States doesn't mean that he automatically goes into the Olympics.
Right.
What do you have to do to qualify for the Olympics?
Okay, well, there's still like an evaluation period to where we have to do well in Bulgaria. We have to fight in Bulgaria next month, actually. And
So in other words, an international tournament.
right, another international tournament with the number one and the number two are both on the weight class. With the guys that I fought in the finals. We both have to go to Bulgaria, different sides of the bracket, and basically they evaluate us in training camp as well too. How well we're doing in training, how we're performing in sparring and stuff like that. So it's a lot of different points that we have to add up.
And you have to get a number of international points, right?
Correct, that too. But I have enough now because I fought in the Pan American Games. I fought in the WSB, the World Series of Boxing tournament before. So it's not like I don't.
Oh, you actually fought in the World Series boxing tournament?
Yeah.
How was that?
It was fun. It was
Really?
It was really dope. I fought out in London as well too. And I fought this guy, Jorge. I lost, but it was a great experience because it made me realize that I needed to really step up my game around that time. That was like back in 2016. So I was like, at the time, really needed to step up my game and that was my first international competition too. So I was just like really excited.
So 2016, how old are you now?
I'm 22.
You're 22. So in 2016, you fought your first international competition.
Correct.
Now let me ask you, do those points count for the Olympics back then, or?
It counts so you can be eligible to go to the Olympics. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's basically what it is. Like you have to have a certain amount of international experience in order to fight in the Olympics.
Wow.
Even if, let's say, if you even make the Olympic trials, but like if you won the Olympic trials, if you don't have any international experience, it's like you're kind of ineligible to go into the Olympics.
I want to ask you a question. What did you learn from that experience that you said that you learned out in London?
I mean,
What was it that you learned that made you a better boxer to get to the stage where you are right now?
It made me realize that the boxing world is so big in terms of style. Like, I was just so used to like the American style. Like when you think like you're dominating in America, like, oh yeah, I could just, do anything I want. You have all these different guys that have different styles, like in London and Kazakhstan and Italy, and they just their styles may seem awkward to you, but they know exactly what they're doing. They use their awkwardness to their advantage. And
you got that Eastern European style, and we're seeing it actually come into the pros now. You have Triple G, and you have all these fighters. How is that Eastern European style?
I would say that they're natural. They're actually pretty good boxers, but like when it comes to like when they're doing like having like inside work, like a Mexican, like like that, they kind of have sometimes problems with that. So
Okay.
like, cause they're so like textbook, they like to just stick to the textbook. But when it gets like real dirty and like gritty in there, they get really uncomfortable. So that's something that I had to learn while I was out fighting, internationally. You know what I mean?
So you got dirty, you broke.
Yeah, did you adjust?
You gotta get
you adjusted. So you adjusted just to win.
Right.
Okay.
You gotta do the win.
Okay. Now in the United States, that's another thing. When you go to California, you have that Mexican style.
Yeah, yeah.
And the Mexican style, it used to be back in the day, like Mexicans would come in and throw hard like hooks. But they have outstanding boxing now.
Yeah, yeah.
How do you adjust to that?
I mean, well, honestly, I feel like they do have pretty good boxing, but it's not like New York style boxing. I feel like New York style boxing is like superior than like the Mexican style boxing
really?
in California, honestly, because they're still, even though they box, they just incorporate their boxing with their pressure fighting. It's not purely boxing.
Okay,
You know what I'm saying?
gotcha.
So it's like with, I feel New York fighters, we specialize in trying to learn how to box, but I feel like sometimes New York boxers, we focus a lot on like, looking pretty instead of just like putting that, like just getting right to work.
Looking
like,
pretty.
Like, yeah, it's just
taking
like
everything flash. You're taking everything I know about boxing and threw it out the window right now. Yeah, they look pretty.
But but
Oh, he's saying New York. That's what New York does. But you have to play a little style.
Yeah, exactly. So when it comes to, if it's like a boxing match between an elite New York fighter that's just like, using his boxing ability to the fullest, compared and fighting a Californian fighter, and they're trying to use their boxing ability, I feel like the New York boxer will edge them.
Really?
Yeah.
So that brings us to the tournament. So now, George, you and I have been covering the Ring Masters tournament.
I'm glad you brought that up.
Right? And you actually won the Ring Masters tournament this year, right?
Yeah. I got the fighter of the tournament there too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Right there. Right in the corner right there.
I see it. I'm taking that to go. No, but now you had it. Now, a lot of people say, like George and I think we're just hyping it up. Like we're saying, listen, we have some of the best fighters in the country.
That's true.
Right? How many people did the Ring Masters send out from New York that fought in the Ring Masters that fought? Weren't there like 9 that were actually?
Yeah, there was like about 9 or 10 people that was like
from the Ring Masters tournament. Yeah, that was amazing. I saw that. I was watching that.
Fought in the Olympic trials, and you can't just go to the Olympic trials. You have to be invited, or what's the scenario to go into?
No, you have to qualify. You have to fight. Okay, so it's like about 4 different qualifying tournaments. There's a 2018 USA National Tournament. Then there's the Olympic qualifier 1, 2, and 3. And you have to at least you have to place top 2 in at least one of those qualifying tournaments to go.
So you can't just go with a pair of gloves.
No.
You can't just show up with the bobsled. Right.
Because usually those guys don't even last long in the qualifying tournaments, because everybody is like been working their whole lives to even make it to the Olympics, to even to even make it to the Olympic trials. So it's just like everybody's coming in there guns blazing. So if you're in there, you're just playing with it and you're just trying to be a newbie, just trying to try it, you're not gonna really make it far. Right. Everybody's in there just going just guns out and ready to go.
And they're ready to go.
Ready to win.
So because I definitely want to shout out the Ring Masters right here. So the Ring Masters put in 9 or 10 people in the Olympic not qualifiers, the actual Olympic qualifying tournament, right? And that means that they had to make it through qualifiers and through national tournaments to get there. That's saying something. And now, not only did we do that, we have an Olympian, right? We have an Olympian,
right?
And we have the best, actually
male
boxer, the best male in the United States. That would be you. That would be you, right here. That is insanely. That's crazy how good we have it.
Right from that Ring Masters tournament. I mean, if you're gonna see some great boxing, we keep saying it over and over that we have the best shows when we do the tournament, the Ring Masters tournament. I think we have the best boxers in the United States, if not at least the Northeast, but I feel in the United States.
Yeah, I totally agree, honestly.
And you're proof of that.
Yeah, thank you.
You're 100% proof of that.
Right. So now let's talk about this, because now they changed the weights, right? It was 132, but now it's what, 138 or something like that?
Yeah, what they did was combine the 141 weight class and the 132 weight class, and they put it as 138. And then it was also 123 before. They upped up 123 to lessen that weight gap to 125.
and you actually make 125. How is that even possible for you to go to 125?
Yeah, it's
and how
funny.
hungry are you right now?
I'm not hungry, man. I'm good. All right, so basically, I'm gonna tell you the whole story, the whole rundown. Before I was 125, you know, I used to fight at 132 for about like past 4 or 5 years, and I also
You were situated there.
Yeah, I was situated. I was like, all my accolades is in 120. Was 132, and in a ringmaster tournament, I actually went up to 141.
Right.
And I won it at 141 there too. So I was just like, that was my weight. And then,
but you didn't weigh in at 141, right?
No, I didn't weigh in. The only reason why I went in at 141 anyways, because I knew that the weight change was gonna come when they was gonna switch to 41 down to 38. And the only reason why I did that was because I didn't know if I could make 125. So I tried on 138, and it was cool. Like, I was still handling guys, but I still felt like I wasn't like, you know, I didn't have the advantage when it came into like the size and the power and stuff like that. Those guys are naturally bigger than me, coming down from probably like 160 or like high 50s.
Right, they're walking around at that weight.
And I walk around probably like low 40s. You know. So it was just like, it was just like really hard. It was like really hard to like, you know, compete with those guys, especially overseas. Overseas, them guys are huge. So me and my dad, you know, we talked it over, and you know, he was like, yo, try to see how you're gonna do at 25. Honestly, the only reason I was able to go down to 25 was from my plant-based diet.
So you're on a plant-based diet.
That's exactly where I was going with that. And I want to ask you about that. How long have you been on that diet? And what are the benefits of being on that diet?
Well, I've been on a plant-based diet for 2 years now. And like I said, a little over 2 years now.
Wow.
And honestly, it's just been a great road, because with the foods that we eat, it's just energy. Food is your fuel, you know. And people don't understand that when you're eating, you shouldn't catch the itis. You know, the itis is like basically your body kind of shutting down, and from the food that you're eating, it's making you sluggish.
Yeah, that's trying to break down the food to process it.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like, you have to understand that our body is not meant to eat those type of foods.
And itis is short for too much food makes you sleepy.
Exactly. That's right. Those who didn't know, that's what it means. And but yeah, like, you know, it just makes you like really sluggish. Those type of foods are not meant for you to eat. You have to understand that if you're like your natural human instinct, if you look at a pig, you're not gonna look at it and be like, oh man, it looks juicy, or it looks good. You're like, oh, it's like a cow, like, oh, it's a cow. Like, you're not gonna look at it as food until it's like butchered up and then make it dressed and look nice and stuff like that. Now, you think of a lion in the jungle, they see a gazelle, you best believe that mouth is watering, like, I'm about to kill that gazelle. That's their natural instinct, you know. So, like, you have to understand that we're like.
So when kids chase, like after the ice cream truck, that's natural instinct.
No, we're not
talking about that.
No, but the only reason why,
because they seem to chase like they do. Even in the winter, they come running like
they do.
Like,
but
they're not gonna chase after the ice cream once they realize that all that comes from like cow pus and is inside. It can be inside the milk that's inside the ice cream, and they're not gonna be chasing after them once they really understand and know what's inside.
Because I'm not really chasing after grass too. What are we chasing after? Apples? I mean, what's your natural instinct? What do you chase after now?
Man, I chase after, like, you know, a lot of like fruits and veggies, and like a plant-based, like seitan root, bardock root. Like, you make all these different type of things to like make it. Honestly, if you really think about it, the only reason why the meat tastes good is because you season it with the
That's fair.
And that keeps it a little sharper also mentally, right? Not only physically, mentally you feel sharper.
Definitely.
Okay. And that's important, especially if you're in the boxing. If you're into boxing where you're looking at your opponent, and you know, you have to be mentally sharp to be in there, to be fighting somebody and know what your next move is. So that's pretty interesting.
What about your strength? Does it affect your physical
Does it deplete you at all?
Because you see these guys, I gotta eat some meat, some protein, you know, like
honestly, people they always seem to think about protein, but your veggies is your protein. You just have to just double up on your veggies. The only reason why you have protein in the meat that you eat is because the meat, the cows or the actual animals eat those plants.
That's correct.
To get the protein into their bodies, and you're just eating the protein through what they're eating. Why not just go straight to the source?
Exactly.
But to answer your question, I feel much stronger. I feel incredibly stronger at me being plant-based and at the weight that I'm fighting at now as well. It's just me sparring is just like sometimes my dad has to be like, oh, hold on, Shu, relax, like take it easy, like.
All right.
Do you feel like when you're sparring and you're training and stuff, do you feel like you have more energy now to go further than you did prior to the plant-based?
I tell you, dude, I be sparring 12 rounds and my dad has to pull me out of the ring like, yo, all right, come on, that's enough. I'm like, man, nah, I could keep going. He's like, no, that's enough.
Okay.
Like, you're overdoing it. You have to know when to stop. Like,
Right.
You know, so yeah, definitely. I have much more energy, much more strength.
So the vegetables affect your intelligence. You just don't know when to stop.
All right, let's switch gears a little bit.
Yeah.
Let me ask you a question. What did the Ring Masters tournament mean to you while you were fighting that?
Oh man, it meant everything to me, man, because it was like, I love the fact that it gave me the platform to like, you know, showcase my talent. And I love the fact how it was live streamed. So like all my fans could see it, like, you know, immediate, like live. It was just like, and then the commentary, the way you guys break it down. And it was so big. And also how the fact that, you know, it's like, back in it's in Madison Square Garden.
Wow.
You know, people dream of fighting in the Madison Square Garden, man. It's just
Was that your first time fighting in the Garden?
No, it wasn't my first time fighting in there.
You actually fought in one of our police shows.
Yeah,
Right?
And I fought in one of the police shows too. It was just like, it's really.
Wait a minute. So if it wasn't for me,
Here we go.
If it wasn't
He
for
wants
me,
all the credit.
all right, if it wasn't for me, you know, this kid would have never fought in Madison Square Garden until he turns pro later on.
You know, he's not a kid anymore. I mean, we're talking about this guy's.
This is my Shu-Shu. I love this kid.
No, and you've been boxing since how old were you?
I started when I was 7 years old. I'm
Okay,
22.
and then you have a
Wait, you started when you were 7?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead. Look,
Yeah, he has a show. You have a short like video of you, right?
Yeah.
Where can people find that and what's the name of it?
Yeah, I have a 30-minute documentary. It's called Brownsville Born,
Yep.
and you guys can. It's been broadcasting on the MSG channel.
Yep.
And you guys can also watch the full content on
Vimeo and Vimeo.
Right.
Yeah, and Vimeo.
Maybe we could put up some links in Smoke Talk Boxing for
Yeah,
that.
sure, absolutely.
We definitely want to push this young man.
Absolutely.
Who actually is a product of the Cops and Kids program as well.
Yeah.
As well.
That's right.
And who runs Cops and Kids?
He wants all. He wants all the credit.
But you know what? I gotta give it to him.
Yeah,
we gotta give
of
him
course,
respect
man.
because you know what? He did
Definitely.
push that, so we do have to give him that.
It's myself and Pat Russo.
Yeah.
But we
forget
started.
Patty. Don't forget
Pat Russo.
Pat Russo is my partner in the Cops and Kids. But I remember now, this is a New York story, right? This is a New York story. I'm in the New York hotel, right? Dimitri Salidas is fighting. There are Hasidic Jews everywhere. It's like Men in Black because they're all wearing black coats. They all got beards and everything, right? This is like, I don't know how old you were then. You must have been like, I think he was like 5. And I'm there with, I was there with one of my boxers and that I know. And this kid is just he's boxing, he's shadow boxing. You're doing that. What's that motorcycle move?
Right? I know exactly what you're talking about.
And I said, you know, like, and you know, the Jews made way because he was coming through and he was dancing and he was boxing, and they're like, we knew right then. I was like, who's that? And people would tell me, that's Shu-Shu. And I was like, where does he come from? I don't know, but he's everywhere. And he's good, and he's the truth, and he's the future. And I remember you as a little kid. That was like my first time. And in other boxing shows, you used to just show up and just shadow box and dance and things like that.
To come forward now, fast forward to now where he is now.
Right.
That's amazing. And going to the Olympics.
So what was it? Your dad just took you places, or like how'd you learn how to box? He shadow boxed and he was like Muhammad Ali. He was like this big, and he was like he's dancing and just like doing these crazy moves.
Honestly, I don't know what it was, but when I was younger, I was just so fearless. Like I was just so like, you know, just going out there. My dad, but yeah, it was kind of my dad. My dad, he kind of took me to these fights. Yeah, big boxing fan. Me and my dad used to always watch boxing.
Right.
When it comes Mike Tyson, back to Ali and different, you know, people. But yeah, we used to go to these boxing fights out in like Manhattan Center when Lou DiBella used to host take control of Broadway boxing, and yeah, I knew all the guys like Dmitry Salita, and because also I came out of the Star City Boxing Club. That's where I first started boxing, Star City Boxing Club, and it had so many stars in it. It had Daniel Jacobs, still amateur, big amateur, big name. Saddam Ali, still amateur, big amateur, big name. Luis Collazo just became champion around that time. Curtis Stevens, undefeated at the time.
Right, well, half of the chin check is cool.
Yeah,
Right,
man, it was like me and Joe. It was so many people. Shannon Briggs was man. It was star-studded, and I got familiar with all of those guys. So when I used to go to the fights and support them, my dad used to just kind of just throw me out there and just like just go do your thing, shoot.
Okay, so yeah, but that's where you learned how to box. So you actually had a little formal boxing training.
Yeah, like when I was when I said like started when I was.
It was
like
amazing.
7, so,
Crowds used to just form around him, and they used to just start dancing and just shadow boxing.
Yeah.
Quick hands, and then and now he's #1 in the United States, So you are definitely going to the Olympics, right?
Definitely.
Okay.
I have to qualify in Argentina in I believe in April, around that time, and but I'm getting my spot indefinitely. I'm getting my spot.
Okay.
I have to at least qualify in Argentina or Paris in May, but I'm getting the Argentina one out the way so I can just be right on the team.
Okay. All right. So there still is a little bit of a qualification.
Yeah.
Now, question: who was one of your idols when you were growing up that you watched in boxing? Like, what was somebody that you mentored, like you wanted to be mentored by or wanted to emulate?
First, like when I first started boxing, it was of course Mike Tyson.
Mike Tyson,
because you're talking Brownsville.
Right from
Pride.
Brownsville. Mike Tyson was a very big deal. Before I even thought about boxing, like Mike Tyson was like.
Didn't you have a tattoo of Mike Tyson?
My dad actually drew it on me. He my dad, like he has pretty little artist skills and stuff. He can draw and stuff. So he drew the Mike Tyson tattoo on me, and that was like a little publicity stunt too. We just went out there. Everybody's like, "Yo, who's that kid?" But yeah, Mike Tyson, big, huge, like idol. He's a big idol of mine, and Floyd Mayweather, just the schooling. Just I would like to just him to just school me on like the defense and mental awareness of how for him to just stay undefeated, for his reign that he did, and it was just those two guys just alone. Just Sugar Ray Leonard. I wish I met Sweet Pea. Pernell Whitaker. Like I wish I would have got some lessons from him though. Like he watched me fight too.
Okay.
He was really impressed about when I fought.
How long ago was that?
This was last year. No, this was last year.
Because he died. Did he die
this year?
This year, right? This year
yes.
with the car accident.
Yes.
Yeah. It was like last year. I fought down in Virginia.
Okay.
And he really liked how I fought, and he was really impressed with my style and everything. But I just got a chance to take a picture with him, meet him. But I wish I would have got schooled by him too. That would have been cool.
Moving on to the Olympics a little bit, what does that mean to you? Being an Olympic champion, and where do you go from there? In fact, if you do win and you take the gold, where do you go from there, or any of the medals?
Yeah. Well, what it means to me is just like it's a dream come true. It's something I've been working on like my whole life, been boxing my whole life. So it's just me. I'm just thinking about. I just want to be the best. All my life I just been wanting to just get to this point to prove that that I'm just proof I'm the best to all my fans and things like that. But after I win gold medal, I'm gonna turn pro, and I'm just gonna.
So no matter what in the Olympics, because let's face it, the Olympics is not rigged, but it's crooked. It's very, very crooked. It's very hard to run. Didn't you tell me the Russian, like the whole country of Russia, is out of the Olympics?
They're
right?
out of the boxing, I believe. I think they're out of the boxing. I'm not sure about any other sport, but they're out of the boxing.
AIBA,
who
used to be the what do you call it? The judges and
the judging body or
the judging body. AIBA is kicked out of the Olympics, right? AIBA's out. Who's running it? What boxing entity?
I forget the name, honestly. I'm not sure on the name, but
is it through the Chinese? Is it through that group?
No idea, honestly.
Right.
I have no idea. I probably will get more of that information as the year goes on.
All right, so we don't even know right now, right? I mean, you don't know. You don't know. Right.
Yeah, I don't
So
know.
this is this is weird because after Roy Jones got robbed in the finals, they had for a while like button pressing and the computer. So like us three were judges. We like 3 out of 5 judges within 1 second had to score it, and if you didn't, some of these judges are old and their reflexes are not that good. So like if I'm quick and you're quick, and then George is like real old and pressing like 1.2 seconds later after us, then these guys won't get the they'll get a point. I'm just saying that's an example. It's a for instance. You know, I mean, it's cool. I don't know why I came out there. You're the only one. Actually, I do. Maybe you'll try his diet. His
maybe I will. Maybe I will.
Diet. Because you look strong, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you're never sleepy. Right? Never.
No, I'm always up early.
Ready to go.
Yeah.
He's bright-eyed. You know, he look really good. I'm very impressed.
Thank you.
And you don't feel a lack in strength, right?
Nope, not at all. Right?
Mm-hmm. But you're not doing reps. You're not doing reps.
No. I mean, well, you know, I do incorporate a lot of strength and conditioning.
Right.
Just to make sure.
But now heavy weights.
No, not like like big weights and like weightlifting. No, it's just like quick reps and a lot of calisthenics.
Okay, I'm just gonna point something out. This is for the audience and the thing. A lot of people think you're strong, you lift weights and everything like that. When you're strong and you're lifting weights, you are strong at lifting weights or like whatever.
That's totally true.
Right? That's not punching. Like you need, like if you take a look at the muscle tone of Bruce, it's supple, it's ready, he's very quick, he's very fast. And if you have biceps like this, you really couldn't straighten out that arm. It's against it. So a lot of people think that like sculpting and lifting weights and making their bodies makes them fast, but it's the opposite because
it's all physics.
Nothing.
It's all physics. It's like the way how you throw your punch as well too. Like like it could seem like I'm throwing something soft, but it's just if I throw it correctly, I can knock you out. But but it doesn't, just because you have all these big muscles, it does not mean that you're strong. Because I done fought guys that's totally whipped up and make me look like a little scrawny kid. And it's just like when they throw punches, it just feels like feathers. Because they don't, it does not mean that you're strong just because you have big muscles.
Right. So big muscles does not equate to to punching hard.
Right.
Right. It equates to whatever it is.
Just, I guess just looking at it, just looking.
It looks
intimidating.
Right. And
it's not incorporating punching power.
Just in case there's any weightlifters out there who disagree with me, you already won that fight. I'm not gonna argue with you. I'm a little bit afraid. I'm a little bit older, so I'm not.
I got your back. I got your back.
Yeah, not from Tokyo, you don't. These guys are threatening me out there.
Wait.
Let me talk to you. Juice her. And then squeeze my head. I don't want none of that. Right. Boxing.
Right.
We're not afraid of the weight guys, all right? When we're boxing. All right, so this is fantastic. So since he's little and he came up and now he's in our Cops and Kids program, he's an outstanding athlete, and just and you live clean. You live clean.
Yeah.
Nice kid. Yeah, out there. Not out there rolling dice for money or stuff like that. No, we don't do that.
I don't like losing money anyway. I don't like to gamble. I don't like losing money. I don't understand why people like want a chance to with their.
If I show you some tricks, I'll show you some tricks.
No, I'm okay. I like to
bring dice
in my pocket. I'm fine.
I got these special dice.
No, it's special dice.
Quick question. We're gonna shift gears again a little bit. You obviously are a role model for some of the kids. What would you tell some of the kids that are out there watching right now that want to get into the sport of boxing and maybe emulate you or want to, kind of, what would you tell them to do? What was like the number one focus that you, as a little kid, that you said, man, if I would have known then what I know now, what would you tell those kids right now?
Right away, I would just say, like, stick to the basics, stick to the foundation of the sport of boxing, like the punches and everything, because when you're getting used to the basics, you want to expand off and learn all these little tricks and stuff like that. The best boxers, or the boxers that last long in the sports, are the ones that stick to the basics. For example, Bernard Hopkins.
Absolutely.
Right.
Stick to his
Longevity in
basics.
boxing.
Yes, he's
Amazing.
very basic and beat all of the greats, all of these guys, you know what I mean? And that's the reason. But now if you look at guys like Floyd Mayweather, he's strictly reflex. Like he's a reflex fighter. Even like, you know, guys like Rigondeaux, I feel like he's like he didn't peak. Like that's because of his age. When you're getting older, your reflexes slow down, and Mayweather
He knows about
knew.
that.
Yeah. And Mayweather knew.
I am a little bit slower.
Mayweather knew to, like, you know, retire at a certain age because like, you know, I can't see Mayweather lasting as long in the sport as Bernard Hopkins because he's a reflex fighter. And Bernard Hopkins, he was able to last long, and George Foreman, he was able to last long
definitely.
because they stuck to their basics. So I would say to all the kids to stick to your basics. Don't worry about too much of the flashy, flamboyant stuff. And you guys, you guys would you know, do well. And also focus on the national tournaments. Like, you know, local tournaments and local fights. They're cool, like to get you know, your feet wet and stuff like that. But to really get really good and get really seasoned exponentially, like in a short period of time, go to national tournaments because those will show you the different type of styles. Like you would understand, like you were talking about the California, Texas guys, and the California Mexican guys, and you go to the international tournaments and national tournaments, you would learn that the Texas guys, the Texas Mexicans fight different from the Cali Mexicans, and all the different types of styles. Like the Midwest fight different from the DMV area, or just totally. The Florida got their own style, and it's just totally like different styles. So you going out to those tournaments, you learn and pick up things from those type of fighters, and then when you bring it back home, you become a totally different, complete fighter.
Okay, and you do travel a lot. This is what.
All the different types of styles, like the Midwest fight different from the DMV area, or just totally. The Florida got their own style, and it's just totally like different styles. So you going out to those tournaments, you learn and pick up.
Starrett City, how it happened. Even with Cops and Kids, what we're doing right now, we're bringing up these great things. You need a mix. The Wild Card Gym out there, and California has a few. But you need a mix of really good fighters. Otherwise, you don't get it sparring. So you have to not just be in your local gym, because the top dog in your gym might not do well against other gyms. So you got to go to other gyms. And now, with what you did, is now you became Ringmaster Tournament, Golden Gloves. You became one of the top over here. So now you spruced it up. You went to national tournaments, and now you're fighting different styles. And now with the internationals, you're even getting more of a background.
Right.
And the world, I didn't know that you went into the World Series of Boxing. I'm really impressed. How many fights do you have over there?
Only one.
Only one?
Yeah, it was just a one and done thing. Yeah, but it was a great experience.
That's got to be a great experience. The World Series of Boxing is it's a fluke. It's professional boxing, but they call it amateurs. I mean, like what ounce gloves did you wear?
I think it's the same, like 10-ounce gloves, and it was the first time me fighting 5
No
rounds.
headgear?
No headgear. No, I don't think it was my first time fighting no headgear, but it was my first time fighing 5 rounds.
5 rounds?
But my first time fighting no headgear was at the 2015 Olympic trial qualifiers. And around this time, they, like in the Olympic trials and Olympic trial qualifiers, we had the headgear on, and we fight throughout the whole week, throughout the whole tournament with our headgear on. The only time we fight no headgear is international competition.
Which makes sense because you don't want cuts and stuff like that.
Back then, they were kind of experimenting on if they wanted to do it or not, and they had us fighting no headgear 6-7 days straight. It was brutal, and people was getting cut like first day into the tournament, and it was just like crazy, like just a bunch of knockouts. You see, like it was exciting, but it was like for the boxers, it was just like, dang, like if I get cut, like I can be beating up the guy, but if I get cut, like really, like
you're out of the tournament.
I'm out the tournament. And that happened to a lot of top guys that was inside the tournament, and it was just kind of sad that some guys dreams got crushed because of that. So yeah, but no, that was my first time fighting without headgear. Olympic trial qualifiers and Olympic trials. Those were the times that like I had probably like 11 fights before I even fought in the WSB.
So, all right. So, and then with the World Series of Boxing too, you get paid, right?
Yeah, they
You get
pay us,
paid.
yeah.
So the only thing that separates it from a professional fight is that you had your gloves were 2 ounces heavier
Yeah.
than you would.
Basically.
You know.
Yeah, basically, it's like you
Alright.
come out, no shirt, you know, like, it's just like, it was like a professional
Like a pro
fight.
fight, yeah.
Honestly,
Yeah,
it really was.
I think we're gonna do that with Smoker Talk. I think we're gonna go out in the backyard, George. And we're just gonna let people come with heavier gloves, no headgear.
No shirt. That's gonna be.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. We're just gonna, you know,
I don't think
we're gonna
so.
pay him too, but we're gonna call it amateur. You know, just
sounds
5
good.
rounds. We're gonna shorten the rounds. We're gonna do 30-second rounds.
There you go.
Like,
Oh man, that'd be quick.
oh my God.
All right, now moving to Tokyo. Like once you're at Tokyo, you're gonna be fighting the top of the top in the world.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there any one country that you kind of you're looking at that maybe might pose a little bit of a challenge, that might have a different style, or is there anything that maybe is on your mind about going to Tokyo?
I mean, I wouldn't say like to pose a challenge because, like, you know, I feel like if I, like, you know, being that I train really hard and what I bring to the table, I don't you know, feel like
Okay, good.
anybody will beat me.
How many amateur fights do you have in total?
Over 200. I have
Over 200
fights.
Yeah, he ain't afraid. No.
Yeah, I know he's not
afraid. Yeah.
But I like the style of the Cubans. I love the Cuban style boxing. I
Right.
love the Kazakhstan, like, and Uzbeki style boxing.
Right.
They
That's
have
it.
pretty good boxing, and Great Britain style boxing. I like their boxing too. They're like really textbook. I love it. But I feel like I'm more into like the Cuban style boxing. I like how they fight because they're like their
footwork is
so
unbelievable.
aggressive.
That's from dancing that salsa.
It's from dancing. It is absolutely from dancing.
It's dope.
Salsa,
It's
right?
I really
Also
like
dancing.
this style of boxing.
Right.
So that's probably
Now, when you dance what, like Black American style, or do you have
I'm
any
very versatile.
salsa?
I have some salsa in me. I have
You have
some
salsa
Black
in you?
American style. I can do it. I can do
Let
it.
me see a
all.
little salsa. Let me see a little salsa. We got any salsa over there? I want to see this guy move his feet.
Do you dance at all?
I do, yeah.
No,
is
he
there any other
dances.
sports? You play any other sports that
No,
that
I'm-
maybe help you in like basketball? Like I've seen some of the boxers that you know they're really good in basketball,
Yeah.
but they're boxers. And I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
wow, that helped them with boxing.
Yeah,
Is there
no,
anything you
but-
like that you do any other
Nah,
sports,
just-
swimming or anything? Or?
Nah, just strictly boxing.
Just strictly boxing,
Like,
okay.
it's just like my dad. He never,
So you're locked
Can you
in.
shoulder
You're
shimmy?
locked
Can you
in.
shoulder shimmy?
No dancing. No, you gotta, man. You gotta go
Gotta
for
have the
an outing or
ruffles.
something.
Gotta have the ruffles.
So
Yeah,
yeah, no, like my
But
dad
you're
was,
locked
like,
in,
really,
that's it, boxing.
Yeah, my dad was like really like no especially basketball because like you say that boxers, like, you know, they're really good at basketball and they help with their boxing, but I've seen a lot of my friends that either like
Hurt
break
their
or
legs,
jam
right?
their
Yeah.
fingers or twist their ankle
Right,
and they're just
right.
out of the sport, like, you know. So I'm not even
Okay,
trying
good.
to chance that, you know.
Right.
I see more of them injuring themselves. I hear more about stories of my friends injuring themselves and other than like, oh, they're really good at playing basketball and let them, you know. No, I'm not.
Do you dance? Do you really? I'm bringing it back. I'm bringing it back.
Yeah.
Around. Do you dance at all? Or have you taken dances lessons?
Oh,
Because-
when I was younger, like when I was in like elementary school,
Okay.
and, like they had like a little program to where they let us like do like bachata, merengue.
Oh, okay.
salsa,
There you go.
waltz, like all different types. So I know like little things. Like
Okay,
that,
good,
yeah.
good. And has that helped you with boxing at all?
I would definitely say if you're a good dancer, you're a good boxer. Like, you know,
Okay.
I was, yeah, it can, like, you can incorporate some of that like foot movement into
Okay.
it. But I'm a natural.
Like a Lomachenko. Oh, he's natural.
Yeah,
He's natural.
I don't need the classes.
Yeah.
Like a Lomachenko though.
Yeah.
Lomachenko, his dad put him into dancing classes,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
you see it when he's boxing. I
Yeah,
mean, that's why they
definitely.
call him the Matrix. He's
Definitely.
all over the place.
Yeah.
Do you ever see yourself doing or picking up any of the styles of Lomo or?
Oh, definitely with like Lomachenko, definitely with the angles and stuff. I'll definitely watch a lot of Lomachenko when it comes to that. But when it comes to like incorporating other things into to help with my boxing, I could possibly see myself doing that. Like,
Okay.
like, you know, I don't do it now, but I can see myself doing that definitely in the near future to help. If it's gonna definitely be beneficial to me and my footwork, and yeah, I could see myself doing something.
Okay, because I remember like football players, the most successful football players, sometimes they
The
would.
ones that box.
Oh,
like, yeah.
They went
to
but they
ba-
were ballet.
ballet.
They would do ballet
Yeah,
back in the day.
yeah.
You're totally right.
This
Yeah,
is
yeah,
this,
right.
and these
That's
guys were really, really good. I mean,
Yeah.
they would jump up and grab a ball, and it's like nothing. Just keep
Yeah.
going, you
it.
know.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's why I'm bringing that up. I mean, I just thought that might be something that you might work on because we've seen you, and we're impressed. I mean, the stuff that we've seen when you're
Thank you.
fighting. You have any Any other questions or expound on that?
I think we're about timed out. It's great. I love it. We covered a lot of things. The Ring Masters tournament, how we have stars.
Yeah. Thank you.
He's proven. The Olympics. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
I've seen him from when he was a little kid.
Right.
Not that you're that big now, but you're huge. You know what I'm saying? You're huge. In the United States, you're huge. I mean,
well, we want to give
Yeah.
also Bruce a chance to say anything to his fans out there. Anybody that you want to say something to, or anything, any website or anything, people to follow you, your social media, or is there any?
I got to pitch the Cops and Kids right here, though. The Cops and Kids program.
That camera right there.
Can I borrow this?
Just go ahead and put it on.
Let me just borrow this. Listen, we have, Patty Russo and I have this Cops and Kids programs. We basically do police smokers, and we give free gyms to kids and to police officers that want to train with us. This is the third Olympics in a row that we actually have participants, and just like you have to do, we had Marcus Brown, who represented the United States. We had Richardson Hitchens, who represented us, but he represented Haiti, and it wasn't like like he still had to qualify to make the Olympics. So he went to the Olympics, and now we have Bruce Shu-Shu Carrington, who's representing the United States again. Like, we're just a gym. We're just 3 gyms. We have 2 in Staten Island, 1 in Flatbush. We want to get bigger. That's part of what you and I retired for. We're going to help with that. George is going to help us out too.
Right.
If you keep up. I don't know, but he's obviously he's going to help us out too. And then, another thing is that George and I, in the same vein, have been supporting the Ring Masters tournament and just amateur boxing in New York City. And we just want to say that, like, whatever efforts that you put in, whatever support you can give, it actually does help. We do get results. Like, I don't think people understand,
Right.
How large we are. That we actually help. We are in the game. We're not just in New York City, but the country and the world. We actually have an effect. So your good intentions and your donations and I'm trying to hit you up for money. They actually make a difference. They make a difference, and these kids are doing wonderful. And a lot of cops are doing wonderful too. When they fighting out smokers, they get in better shape. All right, now what are your favorite boxing shows?
Oh man, the smokers, man.
Besides the big giant ones in one basis.
Even the big giant ones. My favorite shows to go to are the smokers. The smokers are the best. The ones that you throw, they're the best. I have so much fun going to those shows.
And is it because of that wonderful boxing or something else?
It's just the total entertainment. It's just the fact that you have the cops just like fighting each other, and it's entertaining because me as a boxer, I know all of these things and all of these but they're just so, they don't know anything about boxing. They just going in there, just throwing punches, trying to knock each other out. They're fighting. They're straight fighting. It is so funny because they really try hard too. They really go hard and really do a lot and really try to win the fight, and it's really impressive. And then the crowd, the atmosphere is just also going crazy. They're really into the fight, just cheering.
And some of the crowds there are actually better than some of the actual pro fights.
Honestly, yeah,
and bigger.
Really
some of them are bigger actually.
Man, I remember last year. You guys had a Halloween theme at the Sands Casino. And
Resort.
Sorry, I said Sands at the Resort Casino.
We'll get to the Sands.
We'll get there.
No, at the Resort Casino, and I remember the last bout, you had the 2 girls fighting, and the crowd couldn't get enough of it. Everybody was just like, one more round, and I'm just looking back like, it's so cool.
You enjoyed that cheer,
I was judging the fight, and I'm cheering one more round, and then you guys did one more round, and it was just so satisfying. It was so much fun, man. The smokers are the best shows to go to. Professional, amateur, whatever. Smokers are the best shows I've ever been to. Period. Hands down.
Thank you.
Because that's an unsolicited testimony of Smoker Talk Boxing, where we bring you That smoke.
Now,
All right.
one thing before again, I know you have some merch and stuff.
Yeah.
I got to get back to that.
Right.
We got to get back to that.
Right, we're gonna
Because we want to support Bruce. We definitely want to support
him,
you,
right.
and we want fans out there to know that he has a website, he has some merch that we want you to see, so that you can go support him. You want to support this future gold medalist. I'm predicting.
You're allowed.
Yeah.
You're allowed.
Predicting gold medalist. You want to go there, buy some of his merch. Support him that way, because we definitely are supporting him here at Smoke and Talk. But where can they follow you, and where can they get the merch and stuff like that? Just
It'll be on snazzy-apparel1 like .com. Okay, yeah.
Is it a dash or is it an underscore? It's a dash.
Yeah.
It's dash. You know why? Because this man is dashing. And he's also snazzy.
yeah, he is. He's a good dresser.
Snazzy.
And what about
he's
your
dashing.
social media? How can they follow you there?
And you guys can follow me on Instagram, Bruce_Carrington, and on Facebook, Bruce Carrington Jr., and on Twitter, B_Carrington1. And once again, you guys can view my story, my documentary, Brownsville Born, and it's on brownsvilleborn.com.
We're gonna share a lot of this stuff.
Some of the stuff that
just keeps going.
on the show, you'll see the links to the stuff and
Right.
and all
We're
the
gonna
stuff.
share. Probably gonna break up this interview in put in a few
Yeah, we'll
things
see.
and do some.
But
stuff.
yeah, so I think that's about wraps it up, right?
Yeah, that about wraps it up.
So yeah, from Bruce Carrington's home here in Long Island, future gold medalist,
Right.
right?
Right. And he's going to Tokyo, and you know what he's gonna bring with him? That smoke.
That's right.
That smoke.
All right, so that's it. So from Dave and I and Bruce, that's Smoke and Talk.